like the devotion of family. Honor one another above yourself. You can be used by God in the life of somebody else when they go through a difficult time. Whether it's something they could control, or in the story we're about to see, something that was outside of their control. That they all of a sudden had a plot twist take place in their life. And yet God used a couple people you're going to see in the course of the story that I hope will move your heart as it did mine, of something that happened in our congregation and how one person's life can truly make a difference in someone else's. Go ahead and check out the screen with me now.
About 2.5 years ago, I started to go back to church, and I was determined to make it my main focus. And it was hard because every service I would go to, I would drop Morgan off. Just at the time when Dan would come on stage was the time when the little number would pop up every single week.
We went full year before maybe noticing something was a little bit different with Morgan, and it's actually my mom who said maybe you should go get her screened for some early childhood intervention.
She was a sensory seeker. If there was a ketchup bottle and we went around, it would be all over the floor. It would be in the microwave. We couldn't leave her alone, so we were mentally and physically exhausted.
Well, and dealing with all the medical stuff on top of it, like finding good providers and good support, it was hard. I mean, honestly, we were just kind of surviving life for a number of years. Hey, go sit down and do some Play-Doh. You making some cookies?
Is that a pear? A peach? It looks like a peach to me.
Did you make some? Oh, we don't eat it.
Got to the point where one day I couldn't do it anymore. I was sitting in church, and the number came up, and I took a moment and I just prayed. Before I got up, I just said, please, God, I can't do this anymore. And there was Morgan standing there, big smile on her face. Morgan was happy, but I was just devastated. And I think Tyler saw it in my eyes, and I just said to him, I can't do this anymore. And he just looked at me and he said, we're gonna figure this out. I got a call from Trevor the next day that said, hey, let's all go and have some coffee. He said, we're gonna figure this out. We've got some ideas, we're gonna work with you. I knew in that moment, I was like, this is gonna be okay. That was the start of our journey to be what I truly think is a part of the church versus just a visitor to the church. There's a wonderful lady at church, Bailey, who was assigned to Morgan, who just became part of the family. Bailey always finds the joy in something. Even if Morgan had the worst day, Bailey finds something joyful to share with us. Walking into church is an absolute joy for me now because people know Morgan's name. Morgan's saying good morning to everybody. She's high-fiving the people at the door.
So excited to be there.
We have people down our corner now. We have people that are there to support us. And we can just breathe every week. We come in, we know she's good, we get our coffee, we find our spot and we sit down and we are just there in that moment.
And I feel like I could live life in all its colors now. And I don't feel so worried about where we're headed as a family.
I used to sit there with the ticket on my lap, ready to look up at that number. The ticket is in my back pocket and it never comes out. And there's only one person that matters for that moment, and that's God. And I know that's just the beginning. I know we need to get back into a small group. We need to be more involved. I just can't wait to see what the future holds.
Isn't that cool? Love it. We're never going to be the perfect church, but as long as we do the best we can to love and to support one another when they have their own plot twists. And some of the things that we've talked about today, I know can evoke some emotion. We've seen it at every single one of our services based on one of two spectrums. As you think about and deal with the things of your past, my prayer is that you would just continue to walk on that journey, have discussions with other people in your life. What does it mean